Hello everyone, this is Fawad. Welcome to Future on Cloud. Welcome back to Zero to Hero just in 3 hours video series. In our last video, we have created bulk user and assigned licenses. Then we have configured self-service password reset option for end users. And then we have configured banned password. So in this video, I am going to configure multi-factor authentication for all users. And then we will configure block basic authentication. So let's jump into our environment. So I have logged in with Microsoft 365 admin portal. Click on admin. So once you log in, click on show all option and you should able to see Azure Active Directory. Click on it. In order to configure MFA, there are two options. You can choose either one, whichever is convenient for you, but I will show you the both options how you can configure it. First of all, let me show you what is the current scenario. So I am trying to log in with one of the users. So as you can see here, it gave me a skip option. So I can skip this option and log in with my credentials. But I wanted to enforce users so they should register their email address with Microsoft Authenticator app in order to provide a multi-factor authentication. So if I skip it, I can sign in on the portal, but I don't want that. I want a second authentication as well prior to sign in on this page. Right, so let's jump into it. As I mentioned, there are two ways to configure this policy. One is just log in on Azure Active Directory, expand protection and secure, click on conditional access, and from here you can create a new policy. Just name it MFA, multi-factor authentication, and assign user, let's say for all users. And you have to select the apps, all cloud apps, or you can select appropriate app, whatever you want. But I want it to secure for all cloud apps, so just leave it as it is. And condition is whoever going to log in on browser or mobile app, he should be prompted, right? So we can select this option and then grant access require multi-factor authentication, right? And require on selected control. Select, and I understand I have a multi-factor authentication. If you click on, it will not allow you to create because the security default must be disabled. So prior to enable conditional access policy, the default policy you have to disable, then only you can create it. So I will disable it later on. I will show you another way how you can create this policy without any hassle. Microsoft has configured some predefined templates which we can use. For that, you just need to click on overview under the same conditional access and click on overview and create a new policy. So in new policy, there are templates. So we are going to configure multi-factor authentication for all users. So let's review the policy by clicking view. The template scenario is secure foundation, zero trust, remote work, and template name is required multi-factor authentication for all users. Include all user and exclude current user. If you did not enable multi-factor authentication, maybe you can lose the portal access. So the current user will be excluded. So later on you can configure. And apps are cloud apps. All apps I wanted to secure, and access is required. Grant access required multi-factor authentication, right? So we are going to create this policy, and right now it is in read-only mode. but let's create it. So once this policy is created, it will be reflected here shortly. So let's move back and forth. No, so let's refresh the page. Still not. Yeah. So here you can see required multi-factor authentication and it is configured in read-only mode. So if you click it on and save it, you will again ended up with this error, right? So let's fix this one first. Just close it and click on home, then Azure Active Directory, go to properties. Under manage security default, there is an option security default. This one you need to disable, and here you need to define the reason my organization is getting too many sign in or blah blah things. So we are going to use conditional access. So just save it and click on disable. So now you can see the default option is disabled now. So let's go back on conditional access, and as it is in read-only mode, now you can click on and save. Now you can see this the policy is successfully applied. So if I try to log in again with the same user, it will not give me an option to skip it. Still, let me close this browser and let the policies reflect. Domain name, my password. See, now the skip option is not available. And here you can see the message your organization need more information to keep your account secure. Just click on next. Now it is forcing you to set up your multi-factor authentication app in order to get access on your emails, right? So there is no other way to sign in without adding this account in your application. For that, I'm going to use application. Just click next. So you should have a multi-factor authentication application installed on your mobile phone. Now you just need to click on add, then work or spool. Click on scan QR code on your mobile phone and just scan this code. So I just scan it from my mobile. So it's activating. So it is done. So let me click next. So it gave me a prompt to approve on my mobile phone. So I just approve it. It's fingerprint for approval. So now you can see it is approved and multi-factor authentication is done. So now I can log in, right? So let me sign it out. So we have just completed a registration process. So let me verify it again. Let me sign out. Okay. It should send a notification now. As you can see, approval request is sent on your registered mobile phone. So you just need to approve this request. If you deny it, user will not be able to log in. If you approve it, user will able to log in, right? So this one is done. Our next is, so we have just completed conditional access policy for MFA for all users. So our next step is block basic authentication. Although it is blocked from the Microsoft side back in October 2022, I believe, but we need to put extra security on it. Might be some of the application which are not integrated with Microsoft Office 365, but they are using it. So if any kind of communication is happening, so we need to block that. We don't want any application should use that basic authentication. So again, it is quite simple. Just click on overview. There are predefined templates from the Microsoft side which we can use. Click on overview. Not here. View all policies. No, not this option. Let me check. It should be somewhere here. Yeah, here. Azure Active Directory. Then conditional access. You can block by creating new policy, but we wanted to use the existing template instead of creating a manual policy. Getting start, create new policy. And this is the option which I was looking for, block legacy authentication. If you click on view, so what it will do, it is going to, the template name is block legacy authentication for all users and exclude current user. For all application which are on the cloud, they will not use legacy authentication. And legacy authentication clients are Exchange, ActiveSync client, and other clients, right? So just click on create and review. Again, it will be on a read-only mode. Just click on, so it will not be in a read-only mode. So we can just simply click on create. So now the block legacy policy is about to create. Let's wait couple of seconds. So it will reflect here as well. So let me refresh. So here you can see the block legacy authentication policy has been enabled now. So again, either you can create it manually or you can create it using the template. It's up to you, right? So this is it for now. See you in next video where I am going to start from point number 7, where I will configure admin directory role and enforce Outlook and mobile for iOS Android application, right? Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Keep watching. See you in next video.